Yo, DJ Chris, this is Bantan. Top production is independent. Side Effects Entertainment. Watch it.
DJ Chris, with there. This is Tolly again. Level the rhythm there. Bop.
Lord, me say, if you don't think Shelly and the scandal, I'm gonna hear nothing yet. Tell me say, I want it, but time you flop. I have fine excuse for muscle contract. She tell me say, you're weak and related to sleep. And when she wants me to a fight off the sheet, wire that fresh, she get hot like the sun. I'm ready for your fun, but
What are you doing there?
Busting a car and soup.
There's a car soup you make in there.
You know?
What are you in there?
Got some jackfruit seed. I got some barley, okra, callaloo, pumpkin. You know?
Yeah.
When you want break, just check it. You can't get anything for soup.
So you're selling it? Oh, this is for sale.
Not ready to sell this bless up.
Bless up, alright.
Everything blessed, no stress. When your belly feeling like a milk just passed by the Rastaman, we always get some good sense.
Tell the guy on top of the way there.
Ocean Avenue Park side, in front of Park Place. Prospect Park.
Wonderful.
In front of Prospect Park.
Awesome.
Guyana.
Guyana top of the street.
Since Guyana gained its independence from the United Kingdom in 1966, high levels of emigration have been driven by limited opportunities for employment locally, a high degree of political instability, periodic outbreaks of social unrest and violence, and relatively open doors abroad to its citizens given their native English language and high levels of education. End of quote. And that's according to a report by the Center for Strategic and International Studies, CSIS, here in Washington, D.C. The report is entitled The Guyanese Diaspora, and it was published just over a year ago in October of 2020. It was difficult to read those first lines, I said to myself initially after reading the first few lines of the report, especially because they were the first few lines of the introductory paragraph of the said report, right at the beginning. But as I paused to regain my composure from an instant fit of Guyanese-style anger, because of the author's banal choice of words to describe the Guyanese diaspora, I could not but come to terms with the irony of my own apparent frustration and reaction to the report. I am Guyanese, living outside of Guyana, in the diaspora. I'm doing so for some of the precise reasons the report articulates. The empirical evidence of the continuing outflows of Guyanese from Guyana to the United States, the Caribbean region, and other parts of the world adds validity to the argument of the report. Decade after decade, Guyanese make the choice to leave our beautiful South American paradise, for some of us everything we know and have, to live elsewhere. Some are even criticized for that choice, as if it's a welcomed dilemma in most cases. But we all know that things in Guyana are hard for most people, and it's been hard for a long time. As Popcorn said, number don't lie. According to the report, Guyana's immigration rate is one of the highest in the world, numbering about 30,000 annually. A sizable number for a country at less than 1 million people and a population that has never reached 1 million people. Since the 1960s, the Guyanese immigrant population has sustained high numbers, external immigration numbers, due to economic conditions, tense social and political environment, high levels of insecurity, and an inefficient healthcare system. Despite these challenges, though, Guyanese people are resilient, we're resourceful, we're ambitious, and hardworking. And we believe, as my grandmother used to say, no job is degrading. We know for work hard, make we money, and lively up we self. Check out Yellowman.
Rastaman from base, no time for waste, cook, not water for bring food, sons and daughters. We got 1 shot, 2 shot, and 3 shot.
Awesome.
We got boys and girls, we got twins and triplets. Boys, if you want let loose, we got cane juice, full energy. Just pass by the Rastaman, Ocean Avenue and Parkside. In front of Prospect Park, can't miss, don't miss.
Right.
Just tune in.
Hey.
Rasta from base,
There's a
Guyana
what part of
thing.
the city you from, boy?
Berbice, come to town.
What part of Berbice?
New Amsterdam.
New Amsterdam. Hey, and the man come, the man got the coconut thing, the man got his flag, 4 stars, the golden arrowhead.
Yes, sir.
Represent, brother.
The main thing.
And then the man got the coconut, you get my coconut?
Yes, sir.
That's what we
Then them Pop Samson Burnham did it.
Yes, very good. So the man set up the coconut store. This is right outside of Prospect Park here in Brooklyn, New York, Guyana Tapestry. And we got a coconut man.
The International Organization for Migration, IOM, and the Migration Policy Institute, MPI, describe diaspora as immigrants and their descendants who live outside the country of their birth or ancestry, either on a temporary or permanent basis, yet still maintain affective and material ties to their country of origin. Guyanese diaspora, stand up. In other words, all them GT people, all over, way there.
Our Guyanese American community has contributed so much, and this is a token of my appreciation for everything that you have done for this community. So now, brothers and sisters, when we get off of that A train at Liberty and Lefferts, or when we make a trip to one of our beloved small businesses in our corridor, we only need to look up and see the sign, Little Guyana Avenue, and it will be installed as a reminder of the accomplishments and the long legacy of community building that our families have contributed right here. So again, thank you.
Now, you see, if it's I say all of these nice things by Guyanese people, y'all would say self-praise is no recommendation, but it's not me say so. It's the New York City politician says so, right? All right, good. But anyhow, the report describes a situation where a combination of political and economic factors contribute to many skilled and educated Guyanese citizens, such as doctors, lawyers, nurses, teachers, and technicians, choose to leave the country. It estimates that the first-generation immigrant Guyanese diaspora is in the vicinity of 1 million people worldwide. And that is not including Guyanese descendants, and I'm going to add undocumented immigrants. Now, accurate or not, these estimates say one thing about Guyanese and Guyana. We have been in an economic and political quandary for a while. Many of us left home in search of the proverbial better, and in some cases we found it. We now have the luxury of reflecting with nostalgia and even criticizing from a distance from our glass houses in the developed world some of the very challenges that got us here in the first place. My question to the diaspora is, then, how can we help? How should we help? Subscribe to the channel if you have an answer, like and share the videos with other caring and like-minded Guyanese, and let us engage in a healthy and wholesome conversation about some of the challenges that confront our beautiful Guyana. This is Guyana Tapestry. I am Pelham Van Kooten, aka Chico. GT. One love. Until next time.